Thinking about buying the Thrustmaster T128 racing wheel? You're probably watching glowing reviews about its hybrid drive and magnetic shifters. But what if I told you this wheel has some serious, deal-breaking problems that almost no one is talking about? Stick around because this honest review could save you $219. For the best price if you still decide to buy, click the link in the description. We're diving deep into the issues you need to know, from its feel to its frustrating flaws. Let's get into it. Act 1. The alluring promise. The Thrustmaster T128 presents a fantastic offer on paper. For around $219, you get a force feedback wheel compatible with PC, PS5, and PS4. It boasts hybrid drive technology, which sounds fancy, mixing gear and belt systems. It has magnetic paddle shifters with Thrustmaster's HEART tech. The pedals are included, and it clamps to desks up to 2.2 inches thick. The Amazon rating sits at a strong 4.4 stars. Therefore, you'd expect a premium entry-level experience. The marketing promises immersion, precision, and comfort for long sim racing sessions. It's positioned as the gateway to serious racing. But here's the first major problem that hits you the moment you unbox it. I call it the plastic paradox. The construction feels incredibly toy-like for the price. The wheel rim itself is mostly hard, glossy plastic. The grips are rubberized, which is good, but the overall heft and premium feel you expect at this price point is missing. It feels like a toy steering wheel that learned to swear. Comparing it to something in its own family, like an older T150, makes the cost-cutting evident. Therefore, your first impression might be disappointment. But surely the driving experience makes up for it, right? That's where the hybrid drive system comes in. The hybrid drive is the T128's headline feature. It combines a belt and a gear system, aiming for the smoothness of a belt and the strength of gears. In theory, it's a great idea for an entry-level wheel. In practice, however, the implementation is noisy and notchy. The force feedback is strong, I'll give it that. It can deliver powerful effects that will shake your desk. But the detail and smoothness are severely lacking. It's like getting news delivered by a shouting robot instead of a calm narrator. You get the information, but it's not pleasant. Driving on curbs or losing traction often translates into a loud, grindy vibration rather than nuanced road texture. Let's talk pedals, because this is where the value package starts to crumble. The included two-pedal set is, frankly, the wheel's biggest anchor. They are all plastic, incredibly light, and offer almost no resistance. The brake pedal has a linear feel with a weak spring. For a sim racing experience, brake modulation is everything. These pedals make consistent braking a guessing game. It's like trying to perform heart surgery with oven mitts on. You have an idea of what to do, but the tools betray you. Therefore, any serious improvement in lap times will be a struggle. But wait, the marketing mentioned precision handling and realistic feedback. That brings us to the in-game experience. Act 2, the deep dive into disappointment. Hooking it up is easy. The clamp works well and it's compatible across platforms as advertised. You fire up a game like Gran Turismo 7 or Assetto Corsa, full of hope. The initial force feedback jerk is impressive. You feel the car come alive. However, after a few laps, the flaws become your co-pilot. The notchy, grainy feeling and the wheel rotation never goes away. It's always there in the background, a constant reminder this isn't a smooth, belt-driven system. Centering the wheel sometimes has a clunky, sticky feel. This isn't precision. It's persistent irritation. Then there's the shifter paddle noise. They are magnetic and they are loud asterisk. The click is sharp, metallic, and will echo through your room. If you record your gameplay or have someone sleeping nearby, these paddles will announce every gear change like a town crier. They work well, but the noise is a comedic side effect. My neighbor probably thinks I'm endlessly tapping a metal spoon on a radiator. It's a tactile feel, sure, but at what cost to domestic peace? Therefore, The immersion is constantly broken by mechanical noise from the wheel and the loud asterisk clack asterisk from your shifts. Comfort during long sessions is another advertised win. The ergonomic grips are actually quite good. Your hands won't get sore. But the wheel's light, plasticky build means the strong force feedback doesn't feel connected to something substantial. It vibrates and fights against you, but the base feels like it's struggling to contain the forces. It creates a weird dissonance. You're wrestling with a plastic box that's shouting at you. It's not the confident, planted feel of a more solid wheel. So can you play for hours? Physically, maybe. Mentally, the noise and notchiness will fatigue you faster than a real race car. Let's address the elephant in the room, the price. At $219, this wheel is competing in a tricky space. For a little more money, you can often find the T300 RS GT on sale, which is a full belt-driven system with much better pedals. For less money, you can sometimes find the older T150, which offers a very similar hybrid experience. The T128 feels like it's in a no-man's land. It's not cheap enough to be the obvious budget pick, and not good enough to be the value king. It's the lukewarm coffee of racing wheels, not hot enough to enjoy, not cold enough to throw out immediately. Therefore, its market position is its own worst enemy. Act 3. The verdict and who should actually buy it. After all these problems, is there anyone this wheel is for? Surprisingly, yes. But the list is very short. If you are an absolute beginner, you only play casually on a PlayStation, and you find it on a steep discount, below $180, it can be an introduction to force feedback. The compatibility with PS5 is a valid point. However, you must go in knowing the pedals will hold you back immediately, and the experience is rougher than YouTube reviews make it seem. Think of it as a training wheel with a noisy motor attached. For everyone else, the sim racing enthusiast, the competitive gamer, the person who wants a smooth, immersive experience, I cannot recommend the Thrustmaster T128. The problems are too fundamental: the cheap-feeling build, the notchy hybrid force feedback, and the truly terrible pedals. They combine to create a package that feels frustrating more than fun. Spending a bit more for a used or sale-priced T300, or even saving longer, will provide a dramatically better and more rewarding experience. It's the difference between learning to cook with a blunt knife and a sharp one. Both can cut, but one will make you want to quit. So, the final call. The Thrustmaster T128 is not a bad wheel, but it's a disappointing one for its price. It overpromises on immersion and underdelivers on refinement. The 4.4-star Amazon rating likely comes from thrilled beginners comparing it to a controller, not from sim racers comparing it to other wheels. My advice: set your expectations low or set your budget higher. If you've made it this far, you deserve the real deal. For the best current price on Amazon, whether you're still curious about the T128 or you're now looking at a better alternative, check the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and see you on the track, with better gear, I hope.